Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. In today's vlog we are heading to Unfit to Fit, and this is an 8-week program. I have missed 2 weeks, week 5 and 6, so this is week 7, and we are in a new location. We are at the church because the library had a pre-booked event going on, but that's fine. Just to let you know, today we have Dr. Mahoney. He is a well-known, well-respected doctor in the area, and he will be presenting to us about the categories of weight loss program. And there are 3 categories that he will be speaking on: behavioral, surgical, and medical. This information is very vital, so therefore most of this vlog will be on that. Mike did his presentation on temperance, and that's just about, self-control. And then Dottie will do some breathing exercise, also chair exercise, which is normally what we will do, and they walk. So today we're walking in the community for like 30 minutes. So, without further ado, let's welcome Dr. Mahoney. Please remember to like, comment, and subscribe to my channel.
Go and see your provider. These are all options, and you'll see some of the options that I. That looks good. All right. So, and one of the things that you'll see that as I go through this talk, it's going to kind of go back to one thing, and one thing that keeps rolling back to is behavior. And none of these treatments and therapies and so forth, they don't work without behavior and behavioral change. So as you'll see, I'll go through a list of things and how it's all broken down, and an overview of each. Now, this is just a synopsis, and I'm going to keep it light because there are books written about this stuff, lots of books, and there's a whole bunch of information out there. But this is just pulling this off and giving you folks an overview. So why is this important? You guys can't really read, that's small print. So folks who have obesity or are overweight are at higher risk for stroke, many types of cancer, premature death, mental illness. And that places a significant clinical burden on the medical system, and it also places a significant cost to the healthcare system. So we go back to, this is the last time they had an accurate assessment of how much it cost. In 2019, it was about $173 billion. So it is big. It is really, really a cost to our society in a lot of ways. So these are the categories of weight loss programs. There's behavioral, surgical, and medical. And I'll break down what each of those entails, okay? The behavioral, the surgical, the medical. Medical obviously means medication, surgical procedures, and then the behavioral things.
You know, they're about mental.
Part of behavior is diet, exercise. I'm going to use an example for Weight Watchers here, and then I'm going to just talk a little bit about developing good habits, because without the change of bad habits and developing good habits, none of this will work. Okay, even the medication. I mean, the medications help to a certain extent. Surgeries help to a certain extent. Okay, but if you don't change your behavior, you're going to end up right back at square one. So I'm going to go back. Let me go back here. Let's talk about diet for a second. Diet's a whole nother talk, okay? And this is a news flash. Guess what? All of them work, okay? They all work. Low calorie, vegetarian, keto, Atkins, intermittent fasting,
South Beach.
Ornish, Mediterranean, they all work, okay? They all work in a very strict, how shall I say, in a very strict environment if that's all you eat. They all work, okay? We being humans, you know, we're often tempted, we have weaknesses, we have a lot of other things that happen to us, and we reach for that makes us feel better. And sometimes it's food, sometimes it's other things, but that's where folks get into trouble. But if I say diet, okay, and for those of you who have seen me talk before, I've talked about diet and how diets are very effective, okay? But diet without behavioral change doesn't work, okay? So again, we're getting back to this behavioral, and that's why this is first, because I think this is the most important. You're not going to gain anything with respect to weight loss. You're not going to gain much if you don't change your behavior, okay? That last line on there, developing good habits, I'll go into that in a little bit. So, calories, like I said, there's all different types of diets. I'm going to go talk about this thing called the hunger hormone. How many here know what that hunger hormone is? Yeah. That hunger hormone is called ghrelin. All right. As you can see, this is what ghrelin does. It's released by the cells in the stomach. You know, that's that growly feeling you get in your stomach, getting hungry, right? Okay. It tells the stomach, okay, get ready, here it comes. Food's coming. It tells the brain, hey, we got to go start looking for food, all right? And then you get that feedback loop, and you start eating, it stretches the stomach, and then stops the release of ghrelin, and then you get full, and then you don't want to eat anymore, okay? So people who are used to eating a lot, their stomach is stretched out, so you have to take a lot, so you get into that circle. So that's where eating less, it's going to be a behavioral change. It's going to be harder to do, but it can be done. What's interesting about this hormone, when your stomach says, okay, let's kick out the ghrelin, people don't realize it lasts for about 20 to 30 minutes, okay, and then it's gone. So if one of the things you're thinking about is food because you think you're hungry, have a drink of water, wait, it's going to go away. That when you see an advertisement or a show, or when you smell food or hear food cooking, it stimulates your gut to say, hey, I'm hungry, when you're really not hungry. So those are the things. If you're getting that stimulus repeatedly, you're going to keep telling yourself you're hungry. The feed tells your stomach that, okay, you can turn it off now, and then it's turned off. Okay, so electrolyte drinks when you're hungry without sugar in it, okay, really blunts this response.
Can I just add my own salt to my own water?
You certainly can. Yep.
Okay.
Yes, you certainly can. So, and then the other part of this is an interesting thing. Artificial sweeteners, okay? We're talking aspartame, sucralose, saccharin, you name it, right? So you taste the sweet, everything's fine and dandy, but it secretes ghrelin. It tells your brain to go look for food, okay? So you have to be careful, because in some folks, I don't know, maybe a majority of folks, it will drive hunger. So you have, an artificial sweetener in your coffee or a diet soda or what have you, and you drink that, and then after a while you realize, man, I'm hungry, okay? That's that artificial sweetener. Now, if you talk to, folks in the, like the American Diabetic Association and, a lot of these groups, and they talk about artificial sweeteners, their position on it is it's acceptable, okay? It's an acceptable substitute to sugar, okay? My take on it is try to stay away from it if you can.
What about stevia?
So stevia is more natural, but it follows the same principle. You taste the sweet, your body goes looking for it, okay? So I would try to stay away from that as well.
Same thing with Splenda.
Yes, yep. Mhm. So this is just, all right. So if a person does an hour of these types of activities, I have a whole list, there's probably about 100 of different activities for a 180-pound person, and they just said these are the estimated calories that can be burnt. So bicycling for less than 10 miles an hour. Well, you go down here on the rail trail, get on your cruiser bike and just pedal and have fun. That's a lot of calories you're burning,
Mm-hmm.
Any golfers in here? Yeah. Golfing, using a golf cart. If you're out, how long does it take you to do 9 holes? About a couple hours?
Hour and a half.
Hour and a half? Yeah. Yeah, you're pushing 400 calories.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There is some good in golfing.
Walking is obviously more.
Yeah.
Carry your golf clubs and walking is even more.
Yeah.
So, yeah, but people pickleball, like people do water aerobics. So walking at 3 miles an hour. So 3 miles an hour is a mile every 20 minutes. Okay. 4 miles an hour is a pretty brisk walk. Okay. This is peeled back quite a bit. You're getting 270 calories up. And people don't realize what a profound effect just this stuff does to managing their blood sugar, for reduction in calories, for cardiovascular fitness, for increasing muscle tone. It's all part of the package. Sir. So let's talk about something like Weight Watchers. I'm going to use them, but there are others that are out there. Okay. And these are the advantages, the tremendous advantage. And for folks who come and see me in the office and they say, I did Weight Watchers and I lost 40 pounds. And I say, okay, you ride the bus that got you there. Go back and do it, okay? Because, look at it. It's the personalized support. You get all of the support in the community. They have electronic apps. You can get them on your smartphone, and you can check your weight, check your points, or what have you. Okay, and this is the big one here, right here. Focus on behavioral change. Okay, you're going out to a restaurant and you're like, oh man, this is great. What am I going to get? Well, that burger and fries sounds really good. Well, again, that's about behavior, Well, maybe a salad with the dressing on the side, and maybe a piece of salmon, or something of that nature, okay? That goes a lot farther than the empty calories you get from, the burgers and the fries and all of that stuff. Again, you go into a restaurant, you got that smell of the French fries cooking, I'm telling you, it's hard to resist. So that's one of the things about behavior. So the other thing is, when you're in the community support and you're losing weight, you have improved self-esteem, and that's huge when it comes to this. So I think these programs are very valuable in the community, and they've been around for years, and they're not going away. Okay, so I truly have a spot for folks who say, I did Weight Watchers, and I encourage them, please, if that's what got you there and you know how to do it, you just need to find a way to get there. So, all right. So developing good habits. So the time for a behavior to become automatic, it's 2 months. Okay. So let's say you wanted to start, start a walking program, all right? And you know that getting up at 6 o'clock in the morning is the time you do it, so you do it. You start doing it. First 10 days, 2 weeks, it's tough. You break that 2-week barrier, it becomes easy, okay? But it's not automatic yet, okay? That's how long, and this is proven. That's how long it takes for the average human being to make a change in their life automatic, okay? And the reason why I'm getting into good habits here is because people don't necessarily, and this is a generalization that comes from observation and it's documented well in the medical literature, people get to where they're at usually by habits, okay? You know, someplace where they want to improve themselves, they get good habits, and when they start having other issues, it's not so good habits maybe, okay? But developing good habits is key when you're talking about lifestyle change and weight loss, okay? The thing about developing a good habit is you just got to be consistent, okay? Well, let's say, you know, you have you want to start your exercise program and you want to start your diet and you want to, you know, get your house cleaned up and you can go down the list, right? Don't do it all at once because you're setting yourself up for failure. You do one thing and you start one thing and you master that one thing and then you start the next one. It doesn't take you 2 months to master that thing. It's all about being consistent. So, anybody here read the book Atomic Habits by James Clear? So, this is a book that he's all about a systems approach, having a system in place to change habits, okay? We don't fail in our developing new habits because of willpower, you know, it's not that. It's that we don't have a system in place to make those changes and make those changes stick, okay? And this is not his book distilled down, okay? This is just a fraction of what he's saying, is that you be consistent, okay? You start out by getting that walk in every day, okay? Get that walk in every day, and then get that walk in a little bit longer every day, okay? Until you get that goal set, okay? You have that behavior, then you start another behavior as you're doing this one, okay? I'm going to, you know, have a better breakfast, whatever that is, you know, and you do that, and you're walking, okay? You do this in steps, okay? You improve those things a little at a time. And over a period of time, the change becomes big. So that's the theory behind it. Anyway, change one thing at a time. Don't think like, okay, I'm gonna do this transformation. It's probably not gonna work out so well for the most part. So behavior is a huge component in weight loss, okay? Diet, exercise. I didn't even mention about sleep. I didn't mention a few other things that are important. Again, that's for another lecture, but in general, that's where the cornerstone of all of it revolves around. And it also revolves around changing your behavior, okay? You'll see when I get to the next section when we talk about surgical, okay? So, surgical. Basically, there used to be one or two others, but a surgical weight loss, they alter your gastrointestinal system so it absorbs less, your stomach is smaller so you feel fuller sooner, and it works, okay? These procedures, you know, if you don't have any medical complications from the surgery, these procedures work extremely well, okay? So this is a picture of what a gastric sleeve looks like, okay? Basically, you know, this is your stomach, that's what it looks like normal. And they just lop off about 2/3 of it, okay? So your stomach is smaller. So you eat some food, a few bites, then you're full, and you go about your merry way, okay? So that's the theory behind it. That's the only thing they do, is they take out part of your stomach. They leave all of the rest intact, so you have normal secretion of digestive enzymes, normal secretion of bile into the gastrointestinal tract, so everything works just fine, all right? This is called a Roux-en-Y, all right? Actually, basically what they've done is they make a small pouch, okay? They keep the stomach there, okay? The stomach has its normal tract, and they reroute a part of the small intestine further down the tract, and they attach it up to the smaller stomach, okay? So it kind of looks like a Y, all right? And basically it does pretty much the same thing as the gastric sleeve does, okay? They leave this part intact because this is where the part where all the digestive enzymes have to come through to help you digest the food, okay? So again, very successful. There are studies out there that surgical weight loss has been by far the most effective form of weight loss that we have. There's a caveat to that, because then when that study was done, there's a new group of medications that haven't been studied yet. I'll get to that in a second. But very effective, okay? There's some caveats to do with surgery, okay? And very effective. In the beginning, most folks have pretty intense GI side effects, okay? They don't absorb food, they have loose stools, nausea, vomiting, you know, if they make it out. So we're talking about medical, all right? So, and these are the three most popular medicines that are out there for weight loss, okay? Phentermine topiramate, bupropion and naltrexone, and then the GLP-1 agonist, so GLP-1 glucagon-like peptide, okay? So these are the medications. This is what I have at my disposal to prescribe this for patients who want to lose weight, okay? And I have people leave messages, hey, I want to start this GLP-1, you know, Ozempic or Wegovy or whatever the name is. And I want to start one of those, and I say, you need to come in the office and we got to talk about it. Because part of that is, when we start with medication, we are talking again about behavior, okay? And about what to expect, okay? If people tell you, yeah, I take this, no problem, I don't have any side effects, do not believe them. All of these medications have side effects, okay? You know, that last medication, the GLP-1, has a lot of promise yet, but I will tell you, you know, I'm not all out jumping on the bandwagon with that, because, you know, real world experience, we need to see what people are doing 5 years down the road and 10 years down the road on this medication, okay? We don't know that answer yet. All right, so that's the first thing. The second thing here is behavior. You know, we keep wandering back to behavior. This is all about behavior, how to change our behavior to live healthier, to lose weight, to, you know, do whatever it is we want to do better. And it all goes back to behavior. The last caveat that I didn't put in this slide, and I kind of hinted on it with the GLP-1, is alcohol, okay? So, if you can remember this thing about alcohol and weight loss do not mix. They do not mix, okay? People think that they can lose weight and they drink a drink or two every day. They're not going to lose weight. That alcohol negatively impacts all the efforts that you do, or what one does to help them lose weight. All right, any other questions? Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you.
We are at the end of the vlog. I hope you have learned something and you will make that behavioral change in your life. This is a vegan chocolate cake, and at the end there is a picture of the ingredients and how to make it. Please take a screenshot. Thank you for watching. Bye.